Warhammer owner Games Workshop is attempting to shut down John De La Rosa's Space Marine comic, The Emerald Array. Roll this up over at fandompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. Encourage you to head on over, become a paid subscriber, and help support us so we can bring stories like this to you. It costs less than a Starbucks coffee, just $5 a month. And we are fully reader supported. So let's get to this. In a post to X, De La Rosa, the co-owner and founder of Fandom Pulse, shared an email sent to crowdfunding website Fund My Comic demanding that his The Emerald Array comic be removed from its website. He wrote this over on X. Games Workshop is demanding Fund My Comic take down my Space Marine book, The Emerald Array. Space Marine is a genre on Amazon for books, and they didn't even create it. It was coined by author Bob Olson in a 1932 short story. This is anti-competitive harassment. Obviously, you can see he also shared two images. The first is the email that was sent to Fund My Comic. It says here, please find below a notice of trademark infringement for material available through your service. Please let me know if you require any further information. Thank you. And then it says, I am the duly authorized representative of the exclusive rights holder, Games Workshop Limited, which owns trademarks in the following. Games Workshop Limited's genuine models, merchandise, and publications, which can be found at the following sites. And then it lists the sites, and then it lists the trademark. And it says these exclusive rights are being violated by material available upon your site at the following URLs, and then points to the campaign page for the Emerald Array. And it says, I have a good faith belief that the use of this material in such a fashion is not authorized by the trademark holder, the trademark holder's agent, or the law. Under penalty of perjury, I state that the information contained in this notification is accurate and that I am authorized to act on the behalf of the exclusive rights holder for the material in question, and then shares how he can be contacted. So, and the other image that De La Rosa notes is an image of the Space Marine category, Space Marine science fiction category over on Amazon, indicating that there's a whole category for Space Marine fiction books, science fiction books. So the idea that Games Workshop somehow owns the trademark to Space Marine when it comes to books is just utterly ridiculous. Again, like I said, we've got books by J.N. Chaney, M.R. Forbes, Virgil Knightley, Toby Neighbors, and others. And if you look at this list, like almost none of these books, as far as I think here, none of them are Warhammer books at all. None of them are. So I wonder if they're going to be going after them. Furthermore, there are a number of books that have Space Marine in the title. Rocketeer Press Anthologies published Space Marines 3 in February 2024. We've got Sean Michael Argo, who published Space Marine Ajax in August 2023. So this idea that they somehow own the trademark to Space Marine for literary works just seems absurd on its face. If you actually go to the United States Patent and Trademark Office and you look up this number here that they list, this, what is it, 2121000767, this is what you actually get right here. You find out that they actually don't own the trademark. Oh, that's not going to work. It's not too small there. They actually don't own the trademark, but you can see here their trademark is for video computer games, computer software for playing games. And that is the one that is active that they are citing. So that doesn't talk about comic books, doesn't talk about graphic novels, doesn't talk about novels. It's talking about video games. And the Emerald Array is not a video game. So the trademark does not apply whatsoever. So this seems to be an intimidation attempt by Games Workshop to try to shut down this comic book that they clearly see as competition for them. And they're going to try to pressure Fund My Comic to try to get it shut down. Fortunately, Fund My Comic does not seem to be bowing to that pressure whatsoever. They issued an email to De La Rosa, explaining to them that they will not be taking the campaign down, saying, at this time, the campaign will remain active on our platform. Our preliminary evaluation indicates that while the campaign may contain derivative works, it does not appear to infringe on any trademarks owned by the requesting party. Please be advised that the Fund My Comic legal team is currently conducting a thorough review of their claims to assess the validity of the request and determine an appropriate response. So at this point, they do not seem to be shutting down the campaign page whatsoever and are conducting a thorough review. Based on my investigation into this, it looks like it is a complete and utter bogus attempt to cancel the comic, given the fact that the trademark that they cite is for video computer games, computer software for playing games. It's nothing to do with comic books or graphic novels or even novels for that matter. As you can see, that it used to cover paints, namely water-based acrylic paints for artists, but you can see that was canceled. So they no longer have the trademark for that. They only have this trademark for video, computer games, and computer software for playing games. And one wonders if a Starship Troopers game with Space Marine in the title could challenge that. I have a feeling that it possibly could, because this idea that you can trademark Space Marine seems utterly ridiculous just on the surface, and it's likely just hasn't been challenged at all. But I'm not a copyright or trademark expert, but just from what I'm seeing here, this looks ridiculous, and it looks like an attempt to try to get the comic campaign shut down. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always speak the truth.